Good morning, everybody. Today in today's video, we're going to talk about the idea of customer service. Second here. What is this? Next. Hold on a second, you are. Trying to make sure we don't leave nobody out over here. What is this? Hold on a second, you are. Trying not to leave everybody behind on Instagram. All right. Okay. Yes. All right. Let's go. All right. Good morning, everybody. I want to talk to you all today about how to establish a plethora of clients, how to have a good relationship with your customers, how to have your customers be able to refer you more customers, and then how to be able to have an exchange that that keeps your business flowing and increases your revenue and helps you where you don't have to be frantically running around looking for customers because you have such a good relationship with the customers that you currently have until it's just an evolution. And together you all work as a team and you build a bigger and a bigger and a bigger business. And you're a happy person too. You know, you're not like overwhelmed and like stressed out and got one foot in the grave and one foot on a banana peel. A lot of people don't even want to go into business because they don't want to be up under the stress of being mistreated by people that they're doing business with. And I can understand you feeling that way. But I'm going to show you today how to set some precedents when you first meet human beings and when you first start engaging in conversations with people. I'm going to give you a few ideas today that can help lower your blood pressure down, increase your productivity, help you make a whole lot of money and still enjoy your life. If you're ready for that, put I'm ready in the chat and let's go. Okay. I said, if you're ready to make a whole lot of money, okay, have low blood pressure and be really happy, put ready in the chat. Let's go. All right. I said, are you ready? Put ready in the chat. And I'm going to teach you how to I'm going to teach you how to make a lot of money, how to get clients from clear across the world, if that's your desire. All right. But I'm going to show you how to make a lot of money, be real happy, and have low blood pressure. I said, put ready in the chat if that's you. Okay. All right, Dr. Lynch. All right, you're ready. Good, because I'm ready to teach. All right, Otis, you're ready. Good, because I'm ready to teach you. All right, Reggie, you're ready. Good, because Nicole, you're ready. Good, because I'm ready to teach you. All right, ready. All right, so what's the attitude to take towards a human being? Because customer service is just an extension of how we treat people anyway. See, the reason it's hard for some people to go into business is because they're mean, cold, indifferent, and they just really just ain't the kind of person nobody want to be bothered with. So they go into business and they wonder why they ain't got no clients. I'm like, because you're a pompous mark. Nobody like you. All right. So why you shocked ain't nobody buying nothing? I mean, you mean as a rattlesnake. You got 3 teeth and they missing. You dig what I'm talking about? And then nobody want to buy nothing from you and you act surprised. Well, of course nobody like you before you win the business. So ain't nobody gonna start liking you because you're in business. You can't transfer a mean spirit on this side of business and it's going to be a nice spirit on that side of business. You got to be a nice person already. But being nice and people running you over is just as bad as being mean and rotten because they both end up where you don't make no money. You can't sustain no business like that. So I want to talk to you today about how to build up a customer base. And let's see here we go again. We'll talk to y'all today about how to build up a customer base. And all right, I see what I did wrong. Okay, I got it. I'm on Instagram on 2 different phones. Okay, hold on, yeah. I see what I did wrong. I'm gonna put this on. Is this on Instagram or TikTok? What am I on over here? Okay, confused about what channel. Okay, I think I'm on TikTok over there. All right, let me try this Instagram again and just cut everybody off. So let's try it again. All right, and if it cuts everybody off this time, they just have to be cut off. All right, let's try it again. Sometimes this internet doesn't work real good. Okay, so all right, good. All right. Okay, so I want to help you make a lot of money. All right. We've done really well over the last 4 years. We've done about 11 million, close to $12 million worth of business. You don't make that kind of money unless you got good rapport with people. All right. So everybody put GR in the chat and let's get going. I want to show you how to have some good rapport with folks. Okay. I don't want you struggling. I don't want you having a hard time. I don't want you hidden and missing. I want people to be attracted to you and drawn towards you so that they do business with you and so that y'all can have good, great relationships. I want that to happen for you. That's why I'm teaching you this today. All right. I'm just going to give you some of my experiences and then hopefully they can help you. All right. So the first thing I'd like you to do is I'd like you to see Jesus' customer service model. All right. So Jesus has a customer service model, how to treat a customer. All right. And let's look at his model. It's in Matthew chapter 7, verse number 12. And Jesus said, therefore, all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do you even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. I'm going to read it to you one more time. This is Jesus talking about how you treat people. Right. This is Matthew chapter 7, verse number 12. He says, therefore, all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do you even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. All right. So what does that mean? That means, let me put it to you this way. If you really want people to be attracted to you, if you really want to help people and you really want to make a lot of money, it would behoove you, it would behoove me to do something first to incite a relationship. So it's called relationship inciting. You say, what do you mean by that? Everybody just put RI in the chat so I can get y'all started. So y'all try to get, this is the way people try to make money. They meet a person and the initial relationship starts. This is the way the average person is behaving. This is why they ain't got no money. Okay. Right. Because they behave like this in life. And it just transfers over to how they try to do business, but it doesn't work. All right. Because it's not what Jesus said. He said, what you want a person to do for you, he said, you should do it for them. He said, listen, let me read it to you again, because I don't think y'all understand this. Let me read it one more time. He says, therefore, all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do even so to them. All right. He said, but this is the law and the prophets. So what does that mean? That means that whatever it is that I want, let me do it to you first. Why? So I can provoke the response that I want. You see, the reason you're not getting responses that you want is because you come in and you want somebody to serve you. All right. But customer service, the way it really works is that when you meet a human being, let me do to you what it would that you would do to me. Now, maybe you'll do it. All right. And maybe you won't. But I already put it into the atmosphere. So now it has to happen back to me because I already put it in the atmosphere. And I want to be the first person to put it into the atmosphere. So customer service is really like, how do I treat you as if I was sitting in your seat? So that how can I mesmerize you? How can I blow your mind so that so that you're having such a great experience here until I wish it was me over there getting the same experience that I'm giving you. Are y'all hearing me? Everybody put a 1 in the chat if you got what I just said. All right. Did that make sense? I'm telling you how to get rich. Okay. I'm telling you how to make a lot of money. I'm not talking about how to make a few dollars. I'm talking about how you can come off. I'm talking about how you can come off your job. All right. I don't know what's wrong with this over here. It's not working on Instagram. So we're just going to have to leave it be. I put a 1 in the chat. If you're ready to make so much money, you don't even have to work for anybody. I said, if you want to make so much money until you like totally independent, from, like needing a paycheck, if you want that to be your reality, put a 1 in the chat so I can teach you a few things today. Okay. I only got a few minutes. I got a half an hour because I got another meeting I got to get to. So it's not going to be real long. So, I went to eat a couple of days ago. Shantae and I did. And the young lady came over. She told us, took our orders and everything. And the food was real good. Place I had never eaten at before. Shantae was telling me you should try this place. I think you're gonna like it, Coach. I said, Shantae calls me Coach. Isn't that crazy? Your own wife call you Coach. But she said, Coach, I think you're gonna like it. I said, okay, let's go check it out. So the food was good. And I was prepared to I was gonna give this young lady $100 tip. You say, stop bragging, Brother Ricky. No, see, I go looking for homeless people and I make sure that I tip waiters and waitresses really good because a lot of times they're not making that much money. Sometimes people are just this far from just one check away from being homeless. So when you're going to help somebody, it ain't always got to be somebody that's walking around holding on to some type of sign or somebody that's just standing out in the street. Sometimes you help somebody that if they could just get a little bit more over the hump, it'll help them for that particular month. So I look forward to that. But if I don't give you a tip, if I don't give you like the change for $100 tip, it's because you did something I didn't like most of the time. Most of the time, I already made up my mind I'm going to do that. But people don't know when you come in, how generous you are. But they should just treat everybody right anyway. Just because what? Because they ought to be treating the person as if they were sitting in a seat. So she did good. I mean, she was nice and all of that. But when she left us, she stayed gone too long. I mean, she left us and we sat there and we ate and we ate. And she wasn't mean, but she stayed gone too long. Why? Because customer service, number one, is alertness. Everybody put alert in the chat. Customer service is like, man, I'm alert about what I'm doing. Everybody put alertness in the chat or just put alert in the chat. Don't take a job where you being alert is required. And then you relax. And what? When you leave a person sitting at a table and the person is eating, and you ask the person, can I help you? Is there anything else you want? And the person said, no, we're good. As soon as you walk away, people realize something that they still wanted. Invariably, I know it happens to me a lot. I just didn't think about it while the person was standing there. So when the person walks away, and they should never leave you for more than like 5 minutes. Why? Because you can, then you'll think about what it was that you wanted. And when they come back, they're not in position by asking you again, but they really start blowing your mind because you can see how much they care. You can see how alert they are. And this is life, you all. Life is theater, lights, camera, action. When you come out into the marketplace and you're dealing with human beings, don't just be no regular person. Blow the person's mind. All right. Do something that makes you memorable, that makes you stand out from everybody else. And you'll make a lot of money. Oh, yes, you will. You don't know how much money you can make if you would just make your regular way of treating a person better than 90 to 95% of the way other people treat people just by doing Jesus' business model. Just remember, if I was sitting in this seat, how often would I want somebody to come check on me? If I was sitting in this seat, if I was the one sitting down, somebody was serving me. That's the question you ask yourself. All right. And then if you can honestly say, man, I came over here as many times as I possibly could, while I was dealing with the other clients too. And then people will respect you so much. They'll change their mind about what they was going to do for you. They'll do for you what they wasn't going to do for nobody else. That's the way customer service is. I was telling you all the other day about how I met my friend named Jackie, and how my friend named Jackie. I mean, I didn't know she was my friend. I was just calling people, following up on real estate, and I was, asking if she wanted to sell her place, and come to find out that she was a friend of mine. And then we just had a great conversation. She said, no, she didn't even want to sell her place. But I wasn't trying to buy a house no more. Why? Because I'm thinking about Jackie as a human being, not as somebody who's trying to sell a house. See, when Jesus said, look at a person, he's like, look at them the same way you look at you, a human being. You got emotions, feelings, and you care about you. So if you're going to deal with a person, why don't you care about them the same way you care about you? That's why the Bible say, love your neighbor the way you love yourself. Customer service is easy to extend to a person when you really love yourself. Why? Because it's not hard to love them. It's just what? It's just natural. You're just doing what's natural. so so Jackie and I were having a great conversation, and she was telling me things about her life, like how she was dealing with cancer and how she had been in the penitentiary and how she had gotten out and how she was a pastor of a church and all these different things. I didn't even know I was talking to my friend until she started telling me what was going on with her life. Then I realized she was a friend of mine. And then we just started having a great conversation, not about a house no more, because that's what I called it for, but just friends, just talking. All right. And then a couple of months later, she called me back and said, Ricky, I want you to come and get my house. And she said, I'm just going to give it to you. And she insisted that I take it. And I said, oh, well, okay, Jackie. The house had almost $400,000 worth of liens against it. God blessed us to get all the liens off and everything. I was able to make about $100,000 off our house, but it really came down to customer service. Why? Because I was just serving Jackie. Are you hearing me? I was just talking to her and just having a good conversation with her. Didn't have nothing to do with money whatsoever. I was just treating her the way I would want somebody to treat me if somebody was talking to me who was dealing with, if I was dealing with cancer. I would want somebody to pray for me. That's what we end up doing, praying on the phone. If I was dealing with cancer, I would want somebody to sing to me. That's what ended up happening. I'm singing to her on the phone. You know, you know what I'm talking about? And the feeling that she was getting on the other side of the phone was, Brother Ricky loves me and he cared about me. That's the feeling she was getting. Why? Because it's true. Why? I wasn't gonna call her no more about no house. Why? Because she told me she didn't want to sell it. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? So I didn't care nothing else about that. I got a whole lot of deals. Why? Because I'm always treating people good. So people are always talking to me about money and deals and all this sort of thing all the time, more than I even care to try to keep up with. See, customer service, it makes you oversubscribed. I hear what I'm saying? You say, what do you mean? Because most people don't know how to treat nobody right. So you don't really have a whole lot of competition when you know how to treat somebody right. Matter of fact, you got like zero competition when you know how to really like blow a person's mind, but you're not trying to so much blow their mind. You're just doing what Jesus said because it's inside of you. See, customer service is inside of you. It's not something that you can incite. Are you hearing me? You have this thing inside of you before you start talking to people. You don't have to start talking to the person and then try to strum it up real quick. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So that's one thing. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is with this idea is that, man, I wish I had time to teach on. It's only got 20 minutes left. By the way, if you all want to come to my preview tomorrow, by the way, if you want to come, put preview in the chat. I have a free financial IQ challenge preview tomorrow. It's at 11 o'clock a.m. And if you want to come, you can just put preview in the chat and we'll send you the link. All right. Or go to rickthewealthcoach.com. Well, you know what? I don't even think it's on Rick the Wealth Coach. Just put preview in the chat if you want to come. And it's tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. So just put preview in the chat if you want to come, or DM me preview. Either one, DM me preview or put preview in the chat, and we'll make sure you get the link. It's a private link, and I'm just going to be explaining everything we're going to be doing next week about the financial IQ challenge, how we going, how we got $1 million check, how you fill these papers out, how we make money online, all the things that we do that we teach people that help make people millionaires. So if you're interested in that, you want to come and just find out what we're doing, then good. If you're already in a financial IQ challenge and you just want to come and get the preview to see what everything's going to be like for the week, then you're welcome to come tomorrow too. And if you already are doing what we're doing, and you can invite somebody to the preview too, you can share the link. And if they decide they want to come to the challenge, then they can use your link, and you can keep half the money. I don't even care. I wish every time we sold a ticket that we gave you half the money, because that's what I believe in. I believe in customer service. That's why we even set stuff up. So if you go to the bottom of myfinancialiqchallenge.com, you can do that right now when we get off the phone. You don't even have to be a client of ours. You can go to the bottom of myfinancialiqchallenge.com, our link, our challenge link. At the bottom, it says be an affiliate. You can go down to the bottom of there and click on to be an affiliate. And then when people buy a challenge ticket, you can just send them. I mean, if they, somebody interested in what we do, just send them your link. Say, hey, brother Ricky and these are things that they do. And if you want to go to his challenge, here's a link. Okay. And then if the person signs up, we'll just give you half the money for a ticket. I mean, whatever they bought. If they bought a $5.97 ticket, we'll give you half the money. If they bought a $2.97 ticket, we'll give you half the money. If they bought a $97 ticket, we'll give you half the money. You can have it. I'm happy to give it to you. Why? Because I believe in generating business from the people who bring us business. See, that's another thing about customer service. Customer service is treat the customer that you got, treat them so good until they just go get more customers. See, a lot of y'all, you don't realize that your number one customer acquisition is the customer you already have. You say, I don't understand that, Brother Ricky. What I'm saying is that while you running around looking for another customer, if you just slow down long enough just to do something special for the customer you already have, then the customer you already have will go out and help acquire new customers. You say, I don't believe that, Brother Ricky. The Bible says, be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. So don't be mocked. Don't mock yourself, because you're totally speaking against a Bible principle, and that's not going to work. Bible principles were working before me and you were born. And if you treat customers right, they help go get other customers for you without you even asking. People call me all the time, texting me and whatever, not calling me because a lot of people don't have my phone number, but people get in touch with people who know me, I should say that, and say, I want to talk to Brother Ricky. And then they tell them the protocol. They say, well, you should go to one of his free classes, because he charges $50,000 an hour to talk to him. He ain't really trying to handle a whole lot of appointments. He got 10 kids and 10 grandkids. He likes spending his time with his wife and his kids. So that's probably not going to happen unless you got a serious problem that merits $50,000. Then he'll be glad to talk to you. Other than that, he's got a challenge that he does, so they start telling people what to do. But I'm saying the people will speak for you if you are treating the person right. Are y'all hear what I'm saying? You don't have to beg people for clients. You don't have to run down the street looking for no clients. All of your clients are inside of your current clients. All right. So it's called client seed. Okay. Everybody put CS in the chat. All right. You've never heard that term before. Why? Because God just told me. I know you never heard that term before. He just told me while we was talking. Everybody put CS in the chat. CS in the chat. All right. Don't y'all like fresh stuff? Fresh off the press. Okay. All right. So Client seed. You say, what's client seed? The clients that's inside of clients. You say, what are you talking about, Brother Ricky? I'm talking about you. It's a lot of clients that's inside of clients. Are you hearing me? Yeah. The Bible says Abraham, when he paid tithes to Melchizedek, that he said that Levite was paying tithes. His grandson was paying tithes too. Why? Because his grandson was inside of him. So his grandson was a client of Melchizedek. You say, who's Melchizedek? That's the priest of the Most High God. He had no beginning or end, nor origin, or nothing like that. But he was made like unto the Son of God. And he met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings in the book of Genesis. And then God talks about him some more in the 7th chapter of Hebrews. Y'all study that on your own time. But my point is this: client seed. Your clients are inside of other clients. You have more clients inside of your clients. But if you don't treat your client right, then you'll never find the seed. They'll never release their seed. All right. But they'll release their seed to you if you treat them right. So stop running around looking for new customers, and you haven't even engaged with the clients that you currently have. A lot of you all don't even have an affiliate program. Excuse me. Okay. A lot of you all, that's good. Restore. I like that. The circle within a circle. I like that. The circle within a circle. That's a good way of putting it. But a lot of you all don't even have affiliate programs. If you go to rickthewealthcoach.com on my website, I have an ambassador program. You can just sign up for free. And then you say, Brother Ricky, what does that mean? That means you get a link. And then if anybody comes and buys anything that's on our website, you earn 25% of it. You say, you're doing all that to solicit us today? No, I'm just teaching you in real life. See, you all get y'all training from people who not doing what they're talking about. That's why you ain't got no money. That's called yada. That means that somebody's just teaching you some stuff they heard. What I'm teaching you is how we live. All right. And the reason I'm stopping to teach you how we live, not because I need you as a customer. It'd be nice, if you decide you want to do some business, that'd be good. But that's not why I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you just so you'll know. Why? Because that's another thing about customer acquisition. Teach people things they don't know. All right. And then endear yourself to people. And what? And then people, they'll come back around sooner or later. Some people will. They'll be like, man, I appreciate you teaching me what I didn't know. I just didn't understand that. All right. And you ain't even trying to get nothing out of me. You're just telling me what it is that you're doing. All right. And then you can start looking up and you can see yourself making 10, 15, $20,000 a month, $100,000 a month. You start seeing yourself do that if you can acquire customers. Why? Because of the way that you're treating the customer until they bring you somebody else. Okay. All right. So that's one thing. So rickthewealthcoach.com, that's where you go. If you want to be an ambassador there, it's free. Just go to rickthewealthcoach.com where it says ambassador, sign up. You get your own link. And then you can start, teaching people about the kind of lifestyle that we teach people. And you can get paid for it. 25% of whatever anybody buys. They buy a book, you get 25%. They buy my viral class, you get 25%. They buy anything that we sell, you get 25%. All right. Just from being affiliated with us. And if I was you and the money was an issue with me, I would definitely become an affiliate with somebody. Why? Because they're already doing all the work. All you got to do is just copy something and paste it and send it to people. Copy, paste, send it to people. Copy, paste, and send it to people. Copy and paste. All right. Everybody put C and P in the chat. All right. C and P. We in a great era today. We in an era today where you just sit in the house and make all kind of money. You ain't even got to leave the house. You get rich just copying and pasting. You hear what I'm saying? That's what I would be doing all day if I was you. I would not be scrolling. All right. I would be C and P. Yeah, they say, what's the name of your business? C and P. They say C and P. What you talking about? Yeah. I just sit around for about 4 or 5 hours a day and copy and paste. You're like, what? That's all I do. I just copy and paste. All right. I just copy website for what it is I'm affiliate for, paste it and post it. Copy it, paste it, and post it. Copy it, paste it, and post it. All right. And then I look up and I see money going into my bank account. Why? Because my bank account is attached to my affiliate program. I just copy it, paste it, and post it. I hear me. And what? And people, because they want to buy it anyway. So I'm figuring, what the heck? If they're gonna buy it anyway, they might as well buy it through me. I'm saying you, if I was you, I would not scroll on the phone all day. I would copy, paste, and post. All right. So I really wish I had time to teach this lesson. I only got 13 minutes left. I got to get to this class. I got a serious class I got to be in. So the first customer service is the people that work with you. Okay. You running a business and all that sort of thing. Then your first customers are your employees or your 1099 people or the people that partner with you and you do business. That's your first employees. All right. Did you hear what I said? That's your first customers. Are you listening to me? So everybody put FC in the chat. FC. Everybody put FC in the chat. That's your first customers. All right. That's your first customers. Divine, if you got something that you want to talk to me about, DM your phone number and one of my team members will call you back. Okay. DM, don't put it here, but just DM us your phone number. Say, I have something that I'd like you all to get to Coach Rick. And you can talk to a team member because it's $50,000 an hour to talk to me. All right. But you can talk to my team. My team will talk to everybody that wants to talk. Every last one of you. I have a team. Okay. And if y'all DM us your phone number, a team member will call you back. You can ask them anything you want to ask them. All right. And it's free. All right. And you know you're actually talking to us if you DM me for real. Don't DM the fake Rick the Wealth Coaches, but the one that's got hundreds of thousands of followers. Pay attention to these sites. And if it say Rick the Wealth Coach or something that's got 10, 15 followers, 1,000 followers, they made a page up and it's fake. Don't DM them because they'll rob you and try to get you to buy stuff and all that. We don't ever try to get you to buy nothing. All right. All right. Never. We'll never try to get you to buy nothing. We just talk to you about your life and what's going on with you. And if we can help you, we let you know. Of course, we got products, but you can't buy them like that. You have to come through a challenge or go to rickthewealthcoach.com to buy something from us. All right. If it's not on rickthewealthcoach.com, don't buy it. All right. Or come to something free that we're doing, like tomorrow when we have our preview. Put preview in the chat if you want to come to our preview tomorrow. And you can come and meet us for free. I mean, you can learn what we're doing, how the challenge goes, all that for absolutely free. Just put preview in the challenge if you want to come and we'll send you the link. All right. Absolutely free. You ain't got to pay to come. It's tomorrow at 11 a.m. All right. Let me finish this because I really ain't got time to really teach y'all the way I really want to teach y'all today. I might have to do part 2 with this because I really want y'all to learn how to make a lot of money. Your problem is you're not making enough money and you're not making it fast enough. So I want to teach you how to make money. All right. And one way that you make money is you pour it on when it comes down to how you treat a human being. Are you listening to me? So the first thing is the people that work with you, that's your customers. You say, what? The people I work with me is not a customer. Oh, yes, they are. Okay. And they are the first fruit because they are the people that's going to be dealing with the customers that come in and buy products. All right. So if you don't have a good relationship with the people that work with you, then you really got a raggedy life. It ain't even worth getting out of bed if you're going to be around a whole bunch of people who don't like you, don't trust you, don't really want to be there anyway. And I would not have nobody around me who's reluctant, who don't want to work with me. I mean, I wouldn't put up with that. I'd be like, listen, do you understand the culture here? And they're like, yeah, I don't really like your culture though. I'm like, well, okay, well, we can part ways right now because the last thing in the world I want you to do is to be talking to a client because you don't even like being here. Are you hearing me? They started giving people $2,000 just to quit. Some of these companies started doing when they started finding out they had disgruntled employees. Because a disgruntled employee, man, that's the last person in the world you want picking up the phone to talk to a customer or to have some type of interaction with a customer. They don't even like their job. They don't even want to be where they are. And way too often you hire people with bad attitudes and stuff because you just want some numbers, you're just trying to get some numbers and just trying to get people to buy things. But that's not the way to live. That's definitely not Jesus' role model. You see, the way Jesus was that before when people tried to come around him and they tried to like hook up with him or like be his customer, a lot of times they didn't really want to be on his team. They just wanted to be around, like the Pharisees. So Jesus, when he met the Pharisees, he said, the customer's not always right. Who is that? The first customer is not the consumer. The first customer is the employee. All right. So he's like, some of y'all attitude ain't right. He said, when you see these Pharisees, he said, everything they say and stuff, he said, yeah, observe it. He said, but what they do, don't do it. He said, why? Because they put grievous burdens on people hard to be born. They just like to be seen. So a lot of people like to sign up for jobs and all that. They don't even have the right intentions from the beginning. They just like to be seen. So if I was you, the way I would eliminate that is I would just tell everybody right up from the front what your company culture is. All right. So everybody put CC in the chat. Okay. Everybody put CC in the chat. You say, what's that? Company culture. Tell everybody what your company culture is. Let them know, this is how we live. This ain't just about money. This is how we live, period. Okay. This is our life. You see, we ain't trying to change our life to go make no money. We're just making money based on the way we live our life. Did y'all get that? When you meet people, all right, don't change your lifestyle to go make no money. All right. Just what? Make money because of your lifestyle. It's like the way that we live. I tell everybody I know, if they want to do business and stuff like that. I mean, I shouldn't say I tell everybody I know, but people know that I'm saved, that I love Jesus Christ. I'm just giving you my example. You do whatever makes most sense to you. But I don't care what them. I would never ever change my lifestyle for some money. Never. Why? Because I was crazy as hell. All right. I didn't have no life. I was a miserable person. That's why I got saved, because I was full of myself. You dig what I'm talking about? Ain't money don't make you happy. I hear me. You can have plenty of money, be crazy as hell. I hear I'm talking about power, prestige, all that stuff don't mean nothing. When you meet Jesus Christ, you're just happy. You know what I mean? Joyful, peaceful. You know what I mean? You can get along with yourself. You can be by yourself and be full of joy, full of peace. Are you hearing me? Enjoying the day. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story. This is my song. Praising my Savior all, all the day long. I mean, you're just happy, whether you around another human or not. And you're happy when you get around other humans, but you didn't have to be around another human to be happy. I'm saying, so whatever your culture is, that's my culture. Whatever your culture is, that's up to you, because I decided to make Jesus my choice, and I'm making my choice every day. All right. So I don't try to get people, I don't change, when I get around people to try to impress them. I'm like, I don't need you. I don't need me and you to get along with each other for me to be happy. Now, if you can embrace this culture, then good. All right. Because now we got something in common. You can embrace the culture that we have. All right. And that's to love people, respect people, treat people right, be kind, cheese, smile, have fun. I don't want to be around no stiff necked folk, no tight butt cheek people, no mean, arrogant people. Nobody think they all that in the bag of chips. That's not our culture. So you ain't gonna get along around here. So if that's the attitude you have, then you would never blend in with us anyway. So you might as well go get another job someplace else and do something where you can be around some more mean, evil, rotten folk like you. You dig? And y'all can all get along with each other, because you ain't about to bring that nonsense up in here. Why? Because the customer's not always right. And the first customer that you got is not the customer that's the consumer. The first customer is the people that work with you. All right. And you all have to my daughter works with me, my daughter Shantice. She is a spectacular human being. As a matter of fact, she keeps up with the customer service with people. She is so delightful to work with. She's my flesh and blood daughter, but I have 10 children, you know? And the reason I work with her is because she's such a pleasant person. I'm not saying my other kids ain't pleasant. I'm just talking about if anybody was going to work with me, they would have to be a very pleasant person. Else I don't want to be bothered with them. Are you hearing me? I work with my wife, Shantae. Shantae is a spectacular person, really nice person, extremely intelligent. Are you hearing me? Smart, really good with technology, all the things that she does. But she's a pleasant person too, pleasant to be around. We just laugh and joke 95% of the day. I work with my son, Ricky. I tell Ricky to do something, boom, right on top of it. No lip, no smart talking, no sarcasm, no slumping of the shoulders, just pleasant, extremely, extremely pleasant. Are you hearing me? And everybody that we work with, we're all very pleasant with each other. We're nice to each other. You hear what I'm saying? On purpose. That's the way we live. It's a lifestyle. It don't. If we was making $5, we'd be that way. And the fact that we make millions, it don't matter. Are you hear what I'm saying? So if I was you, I would not compromise my lifestyle or my culture for no money. Hey, listen to me. So the first customer is the customer that comes that you work with, and then the second customer is the customers that pay money to you. I got 4 minutes left, so I'm gonna have to rush through this real quick. Your second customer. So you got customer number one, that's the people that work with you. Then you got customer number two, the people that pay you. All right. And and the major thing for you to understand as an entrepreneur, especially all you Black entrepreneurs, listen to me, is that you have to understand that we come from slavery, okay? And because of that, we have some preconceived ideas about the way to treat somebody when we give them some money. We think when we give somebody some money, this is us, Black folk, this is our human psychology. I'm talking to y'all for a second, and because most of my clients are Black, so I'm just telling you what's going on. So our mentality is that white ice is colder than black ice, because we have a Willie Lynch mentality as a race. We still have it in 2026. We still have a Willie Lynch mentality as a race of people, Black people too. Not me, I'm a runaway slave. Not my family, we runaway slaves. I treat you totally based on merit. Okay, if you good at what you do, amen. Let's rock and roll. I don't think white ice is colder than black ice. In fact, that disgusts me to the core of my being because what? Because our grandfolks and stuff got raped, robbed, and pillaged. And I hate to see a butt kissing house type Negro. That makes me sick to my stomach. I'm like, when you gonna get some balls? Are you hearing me? And snap out of this stupid that you got and your inferiority complex because you bring that stuff. I had one cat that was in my financial IQ challenge. And I was telling people the way that they were doing things didn't make sense. All right. Because I'm very blunt when I'm talking to folks because I love you. I'm not trying to stroke you. You can take it however you want to take it. I'm just telling you, cut your country foolishness out that don't make money. Like, because we make a lot of money and the stuff some people be doing is so outdated. So I was just telling people what was going on. So dude got mad. He said, man, you got to stop calling us country. I said, you the countryest one in here. All right. I said, and how dare you just start talking while I'm talking? You ain't got no permission to be talking. This is a challenge. I'm teaching. You ain't no teacher. You ain't in here teaching nobody. What you thought your little $500 you pay? You think I care about that? You think you can just say what you want to say? You see, the transaction is not the transformation. And all of y'all that's arrogant like that, you better repent for you roast in hell. Are you listening to me? I said you better repent before you roast in hell, thinking because you wrote somebody a check, you can disrespect them and think that you can just say whatever you can't say whatever you want to say. You suppress that foolishness. Keep your foot when you come to the house of God and be more willing to listen than to get a sacrifice of a fool. And when you take this type of stand as an entrepreneur, as a business person, people got two choices. They can respect you or move on. Are you hearing me? And then you can have what? Blood pressure like mine, 118/77 at 63 years old. Are you listening to me? Because folks know you don't play. Are you hearing me? You nice, but you don't play. You might be funny, but you ain't no joke. This is how customer service goes. I really wish I had time to really, really explain to you all the whole idea of customer service. I really wish I did, but I got to go. I got a meeting I got to be at right now. I love you. You all enjoy the rest of your beautiful day. Be blessed in the city. Be blessed in the field. Maybe we'll follow up on this tomorrow and do part 2 of customer service. Perhaps we'll do that. But tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m., I'll be live at 10 o'clock teaching you. Maybe we'll go over some more of this customer service tomorrow. But at 11 o'clock, we have a preview. Put preview in the chat if you'd like to come. And we'll teach you everything we're going to be doing next week in our challenge. And it's free. Be blessed in the city. Be blessed in the field. I love y'all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about that. And remember that Stella is as Stella does. Have a fantastic, outstanding day. Okay? God bless you. Have a great day.